What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in, and I want to address a certain question that a lot of people from outside of the state often ask me. How do I experience Colorado like a local? Sure, there are a bunch of cool restaurants and events in Denver to get away from the typical work life here, but where do the locals go to get away from it all? Which brings us to this video, the top 7 hidden gems of Colorado that you should know about. The Colorado natives love to get away from the city and get away from that hustle and bustle and just enjoy the lower population and get more in tune with nature. The locals take advantage of these hidden, charming towns, and here I am to spread a little bit of that love back to you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it. On to number 1 on the list of hidden gems here in Colorado that you should know about. Number 1 on the list, it's gotta be Crested Butte. Crested Butte is a pretty popular town amongst the Colorado natives, and if you haven't heard of it before, that's the point. There's a lot of tourists that know about Aspen and they flock over to there during the winter season, but I would argue that Crested Butte might be a better resort for you. So Crested Butte used to be a mining town, and it developed a lot of Victorian style buildings with all those bricks, and a lot of them have been converted to hotels, restaurants, and really cool event spaces. It's also very picturesque during the summertime. Crested Butte is beautiful, and the Gunnison River that's nearby is also a great place to go fishing and just enjoy yourself. Also, Crested Butte is the wildflower capital of Colorado. So if you're over there in July, make sure you go hit up the Wildflower Festival in July. And also bring your mountain bikes because there's over 750 miles of hiking and biking trails for you and your family to enjoy. And on to number 2 of the hidden gems of Colorado, you gotta go check out Estes Park. Estes Park is often called the doorway to Rocky Mountain National Park because it's the last town before you get into that national park. So for me personally, I love this place because it was actually my first sighting of moose and elk over there. And these guys are massive, like 9 feet tall, not even including their antlers. And it's often intimidating compared to what you see on TV. It was crazy. Like, I was staring outside of my Airbnb and I saw it in my backyard, and it saw the movement in the window, which was me, and looked right over to me and just had that glare like, I see you. I don't think it was gonna do anything, but it was kind of a cool experience. And speaking of big animals, you gotta go check out Elk Fest in October over in Estes Park. There's even Native American storytelling, Native American music, food trucks, vendors, and even a bugling contest, which you gotta experience that for yourself. And it's one of those places that look like a Hallmark card during the winter time. You gotta go check it out because with such a small town and it being in the valley between the 2 mountains, it's just such a beautiful landscape, and especially if it's going right into Rocky Mountain National Park, just experience it for yourself. And number 3 on the list of hidden towns and gems around Colorado that you got to experience for yourself is Salida. And I'll be honest, I cringed a little when I first heard Salida instead of Salida, which is what I'm used to coming from California, and there's Salinas and Salida. Anywho, long story short, it's just pronounced a little bit differently here. And as a side note, there are some other things that are mispronounced, in my opinion. It's not Buena Vista, it's Buena Vista. So just keeping that in mind so that you don't sound crazy here in Colorado. So going back to Salida, it's considered one of the best day trips coming from Colorado Springs, going over to the west. Salida is a beautiful place during the summertime. The Arkansas River runs right through Salida, and a lot of people bring their inner tubes and kayaks to truly enjoy that water experience. Additionally, if you're an adrenaline junkie, you gotta go check out some of the 14ers that are not too far away from Salida, like Mount Antero and Mount Princeton. And for those of you not familiar with 14ers, I go a little bit more in depth on some of my other videos, but 14ers are mountain peaks that are 14,000 feet above mean sea level. And did you know that there's a whole bunch of presidents that actually enjoy their time in Salida, like FDR, Teddy Roosevelt, Taft, and even Truman. So back in the day, back in 1905, Teddy Roosevelt actually gave a speech over in Salida, and when he was meeting up with the local people, he often said that he wished he could stay here for weeks more because he enjoyed himself over in Salida so much. And number 4 on the list of Colorado hidden gems is Dillon, Colorado. 70 miles west from Denver and very approachable from all different parts of the mountain scene. It is a very lovely town. According to Colorado Business Magazine, there's a whole bunch of people flocking into the Dillon, Colorado area. More specifically, Dillon has 218 people coming in for every 100 people moving out, so it is a steadily growing town over time. And to really picture how small the town Dillon is, there's only 1,060 people as of 2020 living in Dillon. And so naturally, people love the scene here. You could go boating in the Dillon Marina, go do some yoga at the amphitheater, enjoy some live concerts in the open air. It's honestly something for everyone over there. And if I can recommend a really cool spot with excellent mountain scenes and some fine dining along with it, you gotta go check out View Dillon. That's spelled V-U-E, Dillon. And on to number 5 of the hidden gems here in Colorado, you gotta go check out the town of Basalt. Merely 30 minutes away from Aspen, it is a hidden treasure here for the Colorado natives. Even if you are local, not too many people know about the Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. It's actually really attractive and the highest theme park in America. And by highest, I mean it's on a mountain peak. You can see so many things from this theme park. It's actually a really cool sight. There's caves, there's alpine roller coasters, there's zip lining, and honestly, it's something for everyone over there as well. Of course, things might close down during the winter time, so make sure you go check out their website to make sure that you're not wasting your time or the thing you wanted to see is closed by the time you get there. Of course, Basalt is not just known for its theme park over there. There's a whole bunch of art galleries, a lot of hiking, biking, off-roading, and I think some fishing there as well. And right in Basalt's backyard is 2.3 million acres of land for you to hunt game, which is in the White River National Forest. Of course, before you go hunting, make sure you go do it safely, legally, and ethically. And also contact Colorado Parks and Wildlife for any additional information or closures and things like that. Number 6 on my list of hidden gems here in Colorado is the Pagosa Springs. And as I was making my way from San Diego over to Denver, I actually stopped by Pagosa Springs and thoroughly enjoyed my time over there. It sits about 7,000 feet above sea level and is about 35 miles north of the New Mexico border. So it's right at the tip of the south border of Colorado. There's great hikes, mountain biking, fishing, and all that good stuff, but the main attraction here is the hot springs. The Mother Spring Aquifer is actually the deepest aquifer of geothermal springs, I think in the nation. Don't quote me on that, but it's definitely, maybe it's a world record. I think it's a world record. You gotta go check it out for yourself though. And that aquifer actually feeds into the Springs Resort, Healing Waters Resort, and the Overlook. And if you're a fisherman, you're going to love Pagosa Springs. There are dozens of rivers, reservoirs, or even lakes for you to go fishing. It's honestly a really good time over there. I'm not much of a fisherman myself, but I enjoy some fly fishing just because it's a little bit more active as opposed to like deep sea fishing. I don't know, that's just my preference. So I love Pagosa Springs in that regard. And lastly on the list at number 7, the number 7 hidden gem for you to check out is Lake City. With a population of only 430 people as of 2020, this is one of those places where you only hear about from friends. The biggest draw here is obviously getting away from it all and just living that life or weekend or full-on week unplugged. The stargazing here is excellent. There's hardly any light pollution and a lot of amateur astronomers bring out their telescopes and check out constellations for themselves here. There are also a whole bunch of off-roading opportunities and hiking and biking trails, and those trails can sometimes lead to ghost towns. And there are 2 particular ghost towns that are not too far away from Lake City, which is Carson and Old Carson. And if you make it to either one of those, you can check it out for yourself. There's a reward of great views, amazing history, and houses that were built back in the 19th century, which is kind of crazy to me. And maybe you might even see some ghosts. Spooky, right? And you know what else is spooky? Buying a home. And it doesn't have to be very scary. I mean, I love to make sure that my buyers are confident and ready for the market for whatever time they're ready to purchase. Make sure you hit me up. All my contact information is down below in the description. I just want to help you out and clear the path and build you that confidence. Go in fearless as opposed to like going into a haunted house, right? And so that is it. Those are my top 7 hidden gems in the Colorado area that you got to go check out for yourself and a lot of the locals enjoy for themselves. What did I miss? Is there anything that I might have missed or you have seen out there in the wild that I should have been saying in this video? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear it, and maybe I might check it out for myself so that I can just verify it for you. So thanks so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.